Welcome to the Out of This World show. 7 Unsolved Mysteries of Ancient Egypt. Number 7. The Lost Labyrinth of Egypt. 2,500 years ago, there was a massive labyrinth in ancient Egypt. Also, in the words of one who saw it, said that it surpassed even the pyramids. It was such a massive building. They said it was 2 stories tall on the inside. And there were an unbelievable 3,000 different rooms, all connected through a winding maze of passages. So complex that nobody could find their way out without a guide. And at the bottom, there was an underground level that served as a tomb for a king, and at the top was a massive roof. And it was made out of a single gigantic stone. Countless ancient writers described having seen it firsthand. But 2,500 years later, we still aren't sure where it is. Number 6. The Mummy Wrapped in a Foreign Book. In 1848, a man bought an ancient Egyptian mummy from a shopkeeper in Alexandria. For years, he put it on display as a decoration, not realizing how strange of an artifact he'd found. After peeling off her bandages a few decades later, the scientists found something very unusual. The mummy had been wrapped in the linen pages of a book. And it wasn't written in Egyptian. It took years of investigation to figure out what language it was. But today we know that it is written in Etruscan, the language of an ancient civilization that once lived in modern-day Italy. It's a language we know little about. The words wrapped around this mummy make up the longest Etruscan text we've ever found. We still don't know what the text says. We can only understand a few words, which seem to be dates and the names of gods. Above all, we have no idea why an Etruscan book was wrapped around a mummy in Egypt. Was she Etruscan? If so, what was she doing in Egypt? And what did she put in her final message to the world? Number 5. The Unknown Queen of Egypt. In 2015, archaeologists stumbled upon the tomb of a woman who was buried among the Great Pyramids of the Old Kingdom of Egypt. In her tomb were inscriptions calling her both the wife of the king and the mother of the king. 4,500 years ago, when this woman was alive, she would have been one of the most important people on the planet. She would have had greater power than any other woman in the nation. And nobody has any idea who she is. Number 4. The Destroyed Pyramid. The Pyramid of Djedefre should have the highest point of any pyramid in Egypt. Djedefre made sure of it. But he didn't have the resources to build the biggest pyramid. But he used a little workaround to make sure the tip of his tomb was just a little bit taller than everybody else's, anyway. He built it on a hill. For some reason, though. While all the other pyramids of Egypt are still standing after thousands of years, Djedefre's pyramid alone has been totally destroyed. Number 3. The Lost Land of Punt. Ancient Egyptian writings are full of references to a place called Punt. It was an ancient African kingdom full of gold, ivory, and exotic animals that excited the Egyptians' imaginations. And it must have been extremely powerful. It was a place that commanded the respect of the Egyptians. A land they had dubbed God's land. There's no question that Punt existed. There are countless mentions of it in ancient writings. There's even a picture of the Queen of Punt in an ancient Egyptian temple. But despite how powerful and important this place must have been, we've never found it. The only traces we have of Punt are the artifacts the Egyptians kept. Number 2. The Disappearance of Queen Nefertiti. Queen Nefertiti is legendary for being one of the few women to rule over Egypt. She was the wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten, likely the mother of Pharaoh Tutankhamun, and is believed to have taken over Egypt and ruled in her own right. And yet, while the tombs of other pharaohs still tower over Egypt today, nobody has ever found Nefertiti's final resting place. Number 1. The Hidden Chamber in the Great Pyramid. The greatest pyramid of them all was built 4,500 years ago for Pharaoh Khufu. It is a massive structure almost 150 meters, 490 feet, tall. built with more than 2.3 million stone blocks. And yet, up until recently, there only seemed to be 3 chambers inside. A team scanned the pyramid in November 2017 to see if there was anything they missed. Sure enough, above the Great Gallery of the pyramid, they found signs that there might be a large hidden chamber, as large as the biggest room in the whole pyramid. Thank you for watching. Now please like, subscribe and share, for more videos like this one.